with black background.
Excellent. Thank you, Cleomane. So these are the instructions. You can hold down the microphone and ask it verbally, or you can use your keyboard by clicking the black background. And you can interrupt Dr. Jha whenever you want. So there he is. He's always nodding his head. All right. So if you haven't, we'll just practice. Everyone should be doing this on their own, talking to Dr. Jha. Marie said she had a lot of fun. I hope everyone tries talking to Dr. Jha with this. So
he's waiting for us, teacher.
Yeah, who would like to ask Dr. Jha a question? And this is artificial intelligence. So they have AI. I mean, Dr. Jha is a real person, but they've turned him into an avatar for this exhibit, like playing a video game. But Dr. Jha is real. There was his resume at the top. Marie, you had so much fun with this. Let's start with you. Give me one of the questions that you gave Dr. Jha, or give him, or if you have a new question, I'll type it. You give me a question for Dr. Jha.
Can I, teacher?
Sure, go for it, Glaucian.
Which vaccine is more effective now, or more efficient now?
Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that the vaccine should be widely available is simply the notion that anybody who wants a vaccine should be able to get it. And that's particularly important for poor people, people who generally have less access, that they be able to get vaccinations.
Could everybody hear Dr. Jha okay?
As readily as everybody
Yes.
Great. Let's give Dr. Jha another question. I think this is one of the flaws with you can tell it's not a real person. It's as close as possible to related to some of the words in the question. That wasn't exactly your question. I think your question was like which vaccine, the Pfizer, Moderna, or
Johnson.
I got an idea. I'm going to rephrase it. Is one vaccine more effective
than another?
Come on, Dr. Jha.
all of the vaccines that have been
okay, that's the answer to the question.
How safe and effective they are.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Jha.
I don't think it much matters.
Okay, I have a question for Dr. Jha.
Oh, good. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Give me the question, Marie.
Okay. Can I?
Yeah.
What does that mean, RNA?
Say it again, please.
What does that mean, RNA?
RNA, yeah.
I can't hear the last part of what you're saying.
What does that mean, RNA?
RNA. Oh,
yeah.
that is actually answered. Hold on a second. You can find that right up here. I'm going to just so everybody knows, the RNA vaccine, if you click here, it shows you a video demonstration of what is the RNA vaccine. But let's ask Dr. Jha. Here we go. What is the RNA?
RNA instructs your body to make proteins, and proteins are essential components of all your cells and all your organs and your entire body.
All right, let's give a few more questions. Who's next?
Yes, I have one.
Okay, I think Mukta raised her hand, and then Marie hasn't. First Mukta, then Marie.
Then I'll ask later.
Okay, go ahead, Marie.
Yes, which vaccine needs a low temperature to conserve?
Needs a lot of what?
A low temperature.
Low
temperature.
Low.
To conserve.
I can kind of answer that one because
Yes.
I was at the exhibit, and it's a trick question, but I don't know if this avatar of Dr. Jha will give it to you.
In general, vaccines do need to be kept cold.
He had an
in
answer.
some kind of cold storage. The Pfizer vaccine needs to be kept ultra cold,
Yes.
minus 70 degrees Celsius or minus 96 Fahrenheit, like very, very cold.
Very low.
The Moderna vaccine essentially needs to be kept at about minus 20 degrees Celsius, which is more like the kind of temperature inside a
Wow,
regular.
you had an answer. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. That's good.
I'm going to actually show you. Well, I'll tell you about it. For kids, I'll tell you about. I won't show you. It'll be too hard to find the pictures. The way they have the exhibit set up for kids is they have basically like a train set almost, where they say, here's the vaccine from the factory. This is the refrigerated truck. And this is the person who drives the truck. And this is the person who gives you the vaccine. And this is the person in the community who signs you up for the vaccine. And it shows all the steps. So it was really good for the kids to learn how it worked. Natalia, what's your question? Yes, Fernanda.
Vaccines have evolutioned modern medicine.
Wait, say that one more time.
Vaccines have evolutioned modern medicine.
Oh, have they improved modern medicine, do you mean?
Yes, the question.
Oh, okay. That's for Dr. Zhao, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me get Natalia, then I'll put in Fernanda's question, and then I'll go with Guadalupe's question. So here we go. Natalia, you had your hand up first. Natalia, what's your question?
Oh, good morning, teacher.
Good morning.
The question is necessary the third vaccine or no? Is enough
Third
two
shot.
vaccine?
Third shot or third vaccine?
Everybody should get vaccinated as soon as they
Wait,
are
that's not the
eligible
question.
to get vaccinated.
Do we need a booster?
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for that right now. Would you like to ask me about the coronavirus?
Okay. Well, that's a new question. The FDA just approved booster shots for certain people, like elderly and people in harm's way. So I think that's why they have to update the avatar. So it's okay, Dr. Jha, we forgive you. Fernanda, your question, and then Guadalupe's, and then Mukta.
Okay. Okay. Vaccines have revolutionized modern medicine.
What's the word?
Revolutionate.
Oh, revolutionized. Okay.
Yes, revolutionized. Modern medicine.
Okay, have vaccines revolutionized modern medicine?
Have medicine.
The history of vaccines is actually quite a long one. For over 1,000 years in China, there have been practices of taking people who had recovered or were recovering from smallpox, scraping their smallpox lesions and having other people inhale those lesions, inhale the scrapings. It was a way of creating essentially a vaccine where you gave small amounts of the virus to people, and then they built up immunity and were less likely to get sick from smallpox when they next encountered.
So,
in more recent times, in 1796, in a very famous experiment by Dr. Edward Jenner, he took cowpox and scrapings of cowpox. It was cows got cowpox. He presumed that cowpox was similar to smallpox, and he inoculated a young man with that, and then exposed that young person, to smallpox itself, and found that having been inoculated with cowpox protected the young person from the smallpox virus. Since then, there has been more and more work developing and creating an understanding of how vaccines can really make a very big difference in protecting people from infections. And over much of the 20th century, we have built out an entire group of vaccines, often starting with the virus itself, creating a weakened form of the virus so that when we give it to people, they don't get sick, but that they're able to mount an immune response, so that when the normal version of the virus shows up and people are exposed, their immune system can respond effectively.
I that was a long response because it was a long history. I actually thought he stopped and I interrupted him. Watch this. Hold on. Sorry for interrupting. Oh, never mind. He doesn't have an answer. I apologize.
To ask me about the
Okay, Guadalupe, you've had your hand up for a while, and then I think I saw
Yes.
somebody else. Oh yes. Okay,
Okay.
great. Estefania after Guadalupe. Go for it, Guadalupe.
Can I get different types of COVID-19 vaccines?
Well, was that the same as Lausian's question? Which vaccine is more effective?
No, can I get different types? So if I can get Pfizer and Moderna or some.
Two different types of vaccines.
Right now, we're recommending that people get the COVID-19 vaccine on their own. It may be possible in the future to combine the COVID-19 vaccine with other types of vaccines.
His answer was
future.
kind of, it wasn't exactly.
In the future.
Right. Well, I think he was answering something similar to what you were saying. And Estefani, you had a question?
Yes. Hi.
All right, go for it.
I don't know if it's approved already, but I saw a few days ago something about the vaccine for the kids. I'd like to know if the vaccine is safe for the kids for 5 years old.
So will there be a vaccine for kids 5 years old?
Mm-hmm.
There be a vaccine for kids 5 years old?
We think the vaccines should be available for children sometime by the summer of 2020.
That was a great answer. I'm going to stop this Dr. Jha section right now because I'm going to let everybody use this in breakout rooms. And I'm going to show you another part of the exhibit right here. When you scroll down past Dr. Jha, they have, you see if it keeps going. These are some, did anybody here scroll down to the bottom of the page where they have these right here? Race to the vaccine, exploring public confidence, vaccination decisions, hunger to health. Race, vaccine. Did anyone explore any of these?
No, not yet.
Okay, so that I was wondering because it's a long exhibit. You could spend a whole day doing this. I want to make sure everybody remembers to scroll down and don't just do a few and finish your assignment and then forget about it. You can really explore this all day long. So I want to show some of these because a lot of these are conversations about clinical trials. So if you're not sure what is a clinical trial, I'm going to show you this one, Race to the Vaccine, Exploring Public Confidence. This one's only in English, but I'm going to show, it goes to a YouTube video. Most of these do, and it's also from the Museum of Science. So you can listen to this real quick.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I think we will start our program now. I'm Tim Ritchie, the president of the Museum of Science, and your host this afternoon as we discuss one of the most important issues of our time, the COVID-19 vaccination and our collective ability to emerge from this global public health crisis. Today,
so this is actually an hour long, but they have Zoom sessions that they've done with experts at the Museum of Science. They also have, there it is, clinical trial vaccine decisions. I don't know why this video is not available. One thing that's actually quite interesting is there's some options here on the virtual exhibit that are not available in person, because I've been to the in-person exhibit and there's actually a few here that were not available there at the physical museum. But what I want everyone to do right now is I'm going to put you in 3 breakout rooms, and I want you to discuss what you've learned and what from this exhibit, and also discuss what you would like to learn more about to see what you can find. You know, besides Dr. Jha, the videos about these with these different vocabulary words. Like here's all these vaccines need to be kept cold. Here's a vocabulary word: dry ice, liquid nitrogen. Anybody look at that one?
Yes.
So yeah, it's all kinds of really fun stuff. I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to get everyone's question for Dr. Jha, but you can do that one on your own. Now we're going to go to breakout rooms, and it's pretty free. Discuss what you've learned and what you would like to learn more about in this exhibit. So here we go. I'm going to put everyone in 3 breakout rooms right now. Oh, before I do that, does anybody have a question about what I asked you to do for the assignment?
If you explain again, so it will be good.
Sure, you got it. You got it. So for this assignment, all I want you to, there's so much to explore. You could spend, like I said, you could spend a whole day learning about all this stuff. And then you can go from one exhibit, you know, you could spend a weekend exploring the virtual exhibits.
Weekdays also will be incomplete
Yeah,
because it has so many things.
Keep it simple. Describe at least 3 new vocabulary words. So essentially, take away 3 new words that you've learned from this exhibit, and then just describe them in a short paragraph. That's it. And then attach it in a Google document. So does that make sense?
Yes.
Great.
And teacher,
Great,
what is
great,
the
great.
question for?
Yes, Gemini.
What is the question for the breakout room?
Sure. Oh, the question is, what have you learned from the exhibit, and what would you like to learn more about? That's really 2 questions.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So here we go. All right. Breakout room time. Can you join the breakout room, Stefani?